What is up guys, HD here, welcome to Clickhole. If you've not heard of Clickhole, it's a weird and wacky website where, actually they've got all sorts of stuff on this website, but today we are here to take part in some of their quizzes. Now, their quizzes aren't your traditional quizzes, their quizzes are mere mockeries of standard quizzes, but today we are going to be doing 3 more random quizzes. Now the reason I say 3 more is because roughly around 2.5 years ago we've been here. We did this exact same thing and I thought, you know what? I want to come back and do it again, because I actually had a lot of fun doing that in the last one. If you've not seen it, I will leave a link down in the description below, as well as an information card in the corner as of right now. We are going to be doing 3 random quizzes, the first one being, how many of these hardline negotiating tactics have you used to get the best price on a sponge? Now, this is the serious question. How many of these hardline negotiating tactics have you used to get a best price on a sponge? Take part as we go through this and see, well, what on earth we're getting ourselves into. So, let's jump on to question number 1. So it turns out that this is just a 1-question quiz, but you know what? I'm down for that. So, check off all the hardline negotiating techniques you've used to get the best price on a sponge below. So let's start off with mentioning that your stepdad is a VP of Lysol's sponge division. I have most certainly done that to get the price off a sponge. Of course. Of course. Making up a story about how your daughter needs a sponge to live. Now this is the go-to strategy for me. I don't really know about you guys, but personally, even though I don't have a daughter, I use this technique a lot. Convincing a detective to seize the sponge as a part of an investigation so you can buy it for much cheaper at a police auction. Well, I wish I'd thought of that, because that one's never crossed my mind. Why go in on your own when you can simply bring in other people to help authenticate the experience? I have to leave that one blank because I never thought of that. Mentioning repeatedly how it might just be cheaper to buy a new counter. See, I often use this strategy, especially with the prices of sponges nowadays. Sponges seem to be ridiculously overpriced, and I always have to say to the cashier, you know what, I might as well just buy a new counter and not buy a sponge to clean it, because it'd be cheaper in the long run. That's a really good haggling technique, so I'm gonna have to go with that one. Pretending to take a call from a big shot sponge tycoon who's ready to ship you a crate of sponges for free. Well, surely that wouldn't work, because if you pretended to take that phone call, you would be implying to the cashier that you're getting a crate of sponges for free regardless, so I don't think that haggling technique would work. It's kind of bad that I'm actually putting logic to this, but okay, moving on. Insinuating that without a discount, you might just wait for the next-gen sponges to come out. Well, that's something I've never considered, but I'm going to fib about a little bit, because I want that in my... God damn it. Why am I taking a quiz about sponges? Refusing to have sex with the cashier until your goal price is reached. Of course! That makes total sense, right? Oh, that's brilliant. Okay, I'm gonna have to go with that one as well. Right, moving on. Never accepting an offer unless it's 11 cents, which is actually the ideal sponge price. See, I live in the UK, so 11 cents is probably the equivalent to, what, 7 pence? Maybe? Probably isn't right. I don't know, but... that's quite cheap for a sponge. I mean, a pack of sponges, you're looking at about £1, which is ridiculous. Which is about, what, $1.50, maybe? I don't know. I don't know the exchange rates, but you know what? Let's just tick the box and move on. Passing out free sponges in front of the store for a few weeks to force them to lower their price. Now, I would say this is a really inept idea, but you'd have to buy the sponges that you're giving out for free anyway. So, in the long run, it would just cost you more money, so I'm not going to do that. Interrupting the vendor in order to answer your phone and say, yes, this is Consumer Reports, Jeff. How can I help you? See, I don't know if that tactic would work. It might, but it might not. I'm gonna tick it just in case it helps with the results. Threatening to ruin every single sponge in the store with a cheese grater. Okay. So you either get a reduced price on that one particular sponge, or you ruin all their other stock. That seems like a good plan to me. Yeah, that seems like a very good plan. Opening your own store that sells sponges for 10 cents in order to take advantage of the other store's price matching guarantee. But that would just be a hassle. You'd have to buy your own store, you'd have to stock up on sponges, you'd have to work out some profit margins because I don't know how much it is to import boxes of sponges, so you're probably going to lose money from that, all to get one sponge from your competitor. I don't think that's a smart idea. Implying that your entire church might be inclined to enter a multi-year sponge delivery contract at a later date if this deal works out. Oh yes, of course. Of course. That's a very, very adequate solution right there. I'm just gonna have to go with that one. And finally, telling the salesman to close their eyes, grabbing a handful of sponges, then running out the store without paying. That's also called stealing, something I would never do intentionally. Now, the reason I point that out is because I may have done it once by complete accident, and I kid you not, I felt really bad about it afterwards, because I that's just not the person I am. I went to a shop, I bought a drink, or I was planning to buy a drink, I bought a couple of other bits as I was there, and because my hands were full, I put the drink on the side, bought my other bits, and just picked it up and walked out. I didn't realize, because it was on the place where you scan, and it just got a bit confusing. I didn't go back and like, I stole this or anything because it was a drink. I didn't buy, it wasn't like I stole a whole shipment of their supplies. It was like one bottle of something. I don't remember what it was. It was a while ago, so that's okay. But you know what? No, I'm not going to steal intentionally. So let's get the results and see what's gonna happen. You are a master negotiator! Woo! $1.25 for a 4-pack of non-scratch scrubbing sponges? Please, you cut that price in half in your sleep. The last time you went to the store, you mentioned how you thought you could just use a mop instead of a sponge to clean your dishes, and the cashier gave you a full bag of them for free. Now you definitely know the art of the deal. Nice. Oh yeah. We are a master at negotiating the prices of sponges. That was a really random quiz, but you know what? I enjoyed it. See, I'm glad I came back to do these. This is a lot of fun. Okay. Anyway, let's move on to the next one. What condiment are you referring to when you ask for dog sauce? You refuse to eat anything else unless it's absolutely drenched in dog sauce. Just what do you mean when you say that? Take this quiz to find out. Well then. I've never even asked for dog sauce in my life. Cat sauce, on the other hand, is a completely different story. But dog sauce? I never thought to try that one. So let's see what I could possibly mean when I ask for dog sauce. Okay, so question 1. Let's start broad. In the most general possible terms, describe the condiment you call dog sauce. Dog sauce is a nutritious type of orange mud. Oh, lovely. Yeah. Dog sauce is the international see-through liquid. Even more lovely, I guess. Dog sauce is the most romantic potion of all. Yes. Sure thing. The sauce of the dog is something I know about. Yes. I do know what dog sauce is. Oh god, okay, you know what, as it's broad, let's go with dog sauce is a nutritious type of orange mud. Sounds good to me. Question 2, please complete the following phrase as it sounds most natural to you. Let me find some of that blank dog sauce. Okay, so we've got, let me find some of that thick, creamy dog sauce. Let me find some of that salty, cold dog sauce. Let me... God damn it. Let me add some of that intoxicating oil. Oh my darling, of course I'm talking about dog sauce. Oh god, okay. Or let me add some of that dog sauce. Oh yeah. Alright, or let me add some of their dog sauce. Oh, that I did not say that right. Let me add some of that their dog sauce. There we go. That's a little bit of a tongue twister. Oh my god, I can't speak. I've got a speech impediment, okay? I'm not allowed. No, I am allowed. No. Moving on. Question 3. Although you demand dog sauce from everyone, you ask some people to give you dog sauce more often than others. On average, to whom are you most likely to utter the phrase, "Don't hold back on the dog sauce, I expect it to be drowning in it"? Is it the owner of the dairy farm, a beach lifeguard, my significant other, or myself? No one refused to answer, unable to answer. Well then, I think I'm gonna have to go with the owner of a dairy farm. That just sounds absolutely on point to me. Question 4. When you walk into the Applebee's kitchen and announce loudly to all of the cooks there without explanation that you're going to need a family-size extra helping of dog sauce on all of that, what frenzied vision is dominating your mind? Well, it's either I am overcome by the concept of a plate full of dog sauce, any visible food beneath the creamy surface, okay? In that moment, I am driven mad by the image of a tide of dog sauce washing over a distant nameless shore. As these words escape my lips, my single overriding thought is of the cooks forming a human tunnel and each bending down to softly kiss my food as it leaves through the tunnel on its maiden voyage to my mouth. Who writes these? This is brilliant. Okay, my mind is entirely blank as I shout this at the Applebee's kitchen staff. Well, that one's just boring. Get out of here. That one's boring. We're not going to answer that one. Okay, so, as it made me chuckle the most, we're going to have to go as these words escape my lips. Just the idea of picturing people making like a tunnel and bending down to softly kiss the food as it leaves through the tunnel on its maiden voyage to my mouth. It's just such a weird sentence. Someone really thought about that. That's what's funny about it. Question 5. Please choose only one alternate name for dog sauce from below. Indicate the name you have used most often and with the deepest voice in place of the term dog sauce. Okay, so in the deepest voice, the great bovine gift, navy fuel, the seductress, alternatively the seducer, the morning sauce, the sauce that stands alone, or Baptist sauce. No, Baptist Bounty. Oh, that's not what I thought it said, but okay. An alternate name would have to be, you don't have it in the morning. You definitely don't have it in the morning. It's not Baptist Bounty, even though I like alliteration, but it's not that. I might have to go with the sauce that stands alone, because it is unlike any other sauce in existence for that matter. So yes, the sauce that stands alone. Question 6 is really small because there's a lot of pictures. Where on this meal would you point while demanding that someone sling the dog's own sauce on heavy right here? Oh, see now, do you get it on the hot dog bun, get it in your drink, get it on the bun twice, onto the chips, away from the plate, or straight into the mouth? I'm more of a dunk the sauce in chips kind of guy, and a lot of Americans would call these French fries. I call them chips. They're just chips, and you call what I call crisps chips. So yeah. I know I have a couple of American viewers, just so, yeah, UK, English, that's the way we call it. Right, this one, let's just move on. Finally, question 7. When you threaten to found your own dog sauce empire and put every restaurant in the civilized world out of business if someone doesn't sail a cargo barge of dog sauce down your throat ASAP, Where's the slogan that you propose for your new company? Alright then. Of the cow, from the cow. The taste of Tide. Oh, okay. Love's true sauce. I think this is dog sauce. All for me. Trademarked. They're all trademarked, in fact. I'm gonna have to go with... I kind of like of cow, from the cow, but I think this is dog sauce. So I'm gonna have to go with that one. Alright, let's get our results. Actually, I couldn't get my results because I forgot to actually click a box on the second question. I made such a fool of myself because I just completely skipped it. So, let's go with intoxicating oil. Oh my darling, of course I'm talking about dog sauce. Sounds good to me. Right, now let's go and get our results. When you ask for dog sauce, you are referring to Thousand Island dressing. I can't say I've ever heard of it, but hey ho. When you bring someone a dish and demand that they slatter it up with dog sauce, you are talking about Thousand Island dressing. When you email Amazon customer service to complain that none of its suppliers stock any jars of dog sauce, salads, final disguise, what you really want is for the company to send you an unthinkable amount of Thousand Island dressing. Sadly, Amazon has no way of knowing this, so you have not yet tasted Thousand Island dressing, the elusive condiment you call dog sauce. Well then. What a weird quiz that was, but you know what? I had fun. Right, let's move on to the third and final quiz. And finally, how well do you know the 6 parts of a dog? There are 6 significant parts of the dogs. How well do you know them? Take the quiz to find out. Well then, let's tackle this one, shall we? Question 1. Let's begin with the basics. What is this part of the dog called? Here's a hint. One of the 6 parts of a dog is the part that is used the most during the dog's feeding process. Ah, okay. That hint helps a lot. If I had to guess, I'd say it's the snout, the part of the dog used for chewing, breathing, sneezing, throwing up, and biting villains. I like that description a lot. This whole big face tube would of course be the gums, the part of the dog that stores teeth, swallows teeth, and glows with a pale ghostly green light when it is time for the dog to find more teeth. Oh my god, okay, this quiz is a lot different than I thought it was going to be, but okay. Pretty sure that's called the valve. The valve is where the dog's brain is, and where the dog senses danger. It can open its valve to make its brain fall out onto the ground. The valve should be checked and inspected semi-annually by a professional. Okay. Sure thing. And finally, I am certain that the answer here is the main hole. The part of the dog where the dog's eggs are stored. When the dog would like to have a human child, it opens the main hole and squirts an egg onto the ground, then enables either a human girl or human boy to hatch from the egg, climb onto the dog's back, and ride the dog off of a cliff, killing both of them. If you do not know something as basic as the main hole, you should not be allowed anywhere near a dog. What the fuck was that answer? Oh god, okay. Well, I don't know what I'm gonna put for this. See, I don't know whether to try and answer this seriously or to just go with the funny one. I kind of liked the main hole. I think it was the best one. Just the idea of... Oh, okay, right, yes. We're going with the main hole. Oh god, that's brilliant. Many dog owners observe that their dog may quiver, shake, or even bark while having a vivid dream. Which of the 6 parts of the dog is responsible for creating dreams? Oh god, here we go. Shot in the dark here, but I think it would be the insanity sac. It is located deep in the dog's skull, and every time the dog closes its eyes, the insanity sac creates images of the dog's brain, of the dog being milked incorrectly by a farmer with no mouth. Again, just a guess, so don't hold it against me. Okay. I don't know if I can get through this quiz. Okay, right. My guess here is the attraction crown. Dogs are the only animal that are sexually attracted to every other species of animal. So whether they move while asleep, it's an indication that they are having a dream about seeing a naked bear or duck, which makes them do a small sleeping dance of sexual joy. Oh, okay. Sorry. Oh, okay. I remember hearing somewhere that dogs' dreams come from neurons firing off in the ignition wires, which are located inside the central, primary part of the dog. So that was just a semi-boring answer, if anything. And now we got a big one. Whoa, here we go. It is obvious that the acid bog is where dreams come from. Located directly underneath the pink underpart of the dog, the acid bog is the part of the dog that allows it to experience thoughts about salmon. Dogs hate salmon because when they think salmon look too much like dogs and are trying to steal their thunder. When a dog shakes while sleeping, it is out of rage as it thinks about salmon, which it considers to be the imposter dog. This was a very simple question. I'm gonna have to go with the attraction crown, because that one made me laugh the most. Oh god, these questions! Oh god, I think I got 6 questions to answer. We're only on question 2. Oh god, here we go. Identify this part of the dog. Okay. Hint, it is one of the 6 parts of a dog. Oh, great hint, thank you. Oh, I caught a glimpse of the first one and I'm already in for a good time. Okay, this might be dumb, but I think it's the ground penis. The ground penis is very similar to the dog's sexual penis, but the ground penis is used for stability and balance instead of for its sexual intercourse and swatting away dragonflies. Of course! What else would it be? I think this is called the horse's similarity. Horses have a thing on them that is similar to this thing on a dog, and that's the only similarity that dogs have with horses. Okay, sure thing, that's quite the speculation, but sure. My guess is going to be the combustion hose. It is responsible for transferring heat, has a short black claws at the bottom, and should never be tinkered with. Okay, these are weird. It is plain to see that this part of the dog is known as the Mondo nipples, which are always massive and strange, because every dog is always pregnant and not fun to look at. I am growing frustrated with how easy this quiz is. Oh, okay, I'm gonna have to go with the ground penis, I'm sorry. The ground penis it is. That took the cake for me. That was brilliant. Alright, well, we're getting through this. And identify this dog paw. Hint, it can be found upon a dog. Wow, really? Wow. That makes total sense. Alright, let's get through this. I feel like I remember this one being the bad palm. It is similar to the human palm, but it cannot cup or anything. So everything you put in it immediately falls out. It is essentially useless for the dog. Okay, sure thing, sure thing. I am almost certain that this one is called the saddle. This is the part of the dog that functions solely as a place to put tools, ropes, and smaller dogs that want to be transported. Okay. Headrest, so that's quite a plain and simple answer, or I have never been more confident that I am declaring this one to be a one big gill, which dogs use to inhale, exhale, and cough, all at the same time. Okay, I'm gonna have to go with headrest. The boring one! Woo! Okay, 2 more to go. While it slightly differs from dog to dog and breed to breed, all canines store the potential for massive amounts of energy. In which part of the dog is energy created and stored? Please don't hold me to this, but I think that the energy comes from the meats, which are stored directly under the dog's hair. When the dog needs energy, it burns its meats, which send energy all the way down to the ground penises and try to muster up the energy to get the dog to walk upright, which is always trying to do but never can quite get there. Oh, this quiz! What is this quiz? I thought energy was created and stored in the dog's crusts, which are similar to human eyes, but far wetter and more gunked up. When dogs create energy, their eye area will become goopier than ever, and they love it. Okay, and they love it, understood. I think energy comes from the filter, stored deep under the dog's hair, which turns all of the dog's aggression and anger from not being allowed to go to the bathroom, whether it wants in to produce energy for running and chewing. Huh. Okay. Of course, dogs store energy in their open clamps, which are located just under the dog's locked clamps, which are deep below the hair. It makes me upset to think someone is getting this easy question incorrect. Oh, I'm gonna have to go with the meats, because the reference to ground penises. Yep, definitely. And now, at last, we have reached the final question about the 6th part of a dog. Here it is. Dogs can give birth to upwards of 10 puppies at once. Which part of the dog is responsible for reproduction and birthing? Okay, here we go. I think I remember reading that dogs are pregnant all of the time and will occasionally squirt puppies into the world out of, out of a part of the dog that is known as the grape. The gape opens once a year, usually during the autumn solicit. While the grape is open, puppies can crawl out of the dog, but sometimes geese and raccoon can crawl in. If a raccoon or goose crawls into the dog's gape, the dog must spend the year using enzymes to turn that geese and raccoons into puppies. What? Of course, okay. Scientists call this part of the dog responsible for birthing the big secret, because nobody knows where it is. Okay, sure thing. Okay, right. I believe that dogs produce life from the engine major, not to be confused with the engine minor, which is responsible for killing the dog immediately if it somehow manages to live to its 40th birthday, which is simply too old for a dog to ever be. Okay. These are so fucking weird. Dogs are never created or destroyed. There are just enough dogs around that everyone can have 1 or 2. Dogs don't give birth because there doesn't need to be any more of them. This quiz has been so easy that I am mad that I have even wasted my time with it. Huh. I have to go with the raccoon getting turned into puppies one. Right, let's see how well I know the 6 parts of a dog. You have an expert's knowledge on the 6 parts of the dog. Congratulations! You really know your stuff about the 6 parts of the dog. You know better than anyone that the 6 parts of the dog are the snout, the insanity sac, the ground penis, the bad palm, the meats, and the gape. And you have an expert's understanding of all of their functions. You should become either a dog scientist or a dog farmer, because you really know a lot about dogs. Okay, well, I'm glad we got that conclusion. Right. there's about 15 minutes of my life I'm not getting back. But hey ho, I enjoyed it nevertheless. So this was 3 more random quizzes on Clickhole. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see more, please let me know, and I will of course come back. This website's all over the place, but I love it. Oh, it's such a weird one, but okay. Yeah, I most likely will come back to this. I won't leave a 2.5-year gap again, though, because that was rather a big gap. But you know what? I think I'm going to leave that video here. So, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like, leave a comment, let me know what you think of the video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!